my crochet bookmark tutorial. Just give me 2 minutes. Let me update this in my WhatsApp group to my students. Then I'll start immediately. Just give me 2 minutes. So today we will be learning the easiest crochet bookmark tutorial. So the easiest flower, easiest string attached to two cute leaves. And this is really going to be a very short live class. Class started. Do join. Don't worry. This will be recorded. Subscribe. Get notifications. Okay guys, I'll start in 1 minute. Just give me just give you 1 minute and I'll start. I hope I'm audible and visible. If not, do let me know in the chat section. And thanks for all the love that you guys are giving me. This means a lot. Do subscribe to my channel guys, because that is really going to help me. Okay, slowly. I'll start in few seconds. Just give me 1 minute time. Just waiting for few people to join in and then I'll start immediately. Thanks everyone for giving me the opportunity to teach you guys how to crochet. This is a very beautiful craft to learn. So I'm glad that I am being able to teach you guys how to crochet. Okay, so I think I'm good to go. I'll start right now. Few people have already started joining in. Thanks guys for being my regular students, for all the views and subscriptions. Please do continue supporting my channel by subscribing it. And till then, let's start. Okay, so we are going to make a flower. So this is going to be the bud, the central portion of the flower. This will lead to the petals of the flower, and this is going to be the stem and the leaves of the flower. So I hope I'm audible and visible, because now I'm going to start my class. If I'm not visible and audible, do let me know in the chat section. I will take care of it maybe soon. So let's start with the class. So this is going to be a flower. And whenever we make flowers, I prefer to start with magic circles. However, many people start with chain 2s, right? And start making their flower. But I prefer using magic ring for making the flower. And today's flower is going to be the easiest one. I always prefer teaching the basics in my live classes, because that is going to help all the beginners around there. And once a week I will try to bring amigurumis. Okay, so let's start the magic ring. For making the magic ring guys, you need to place 2 fingers in this way, the index and the middle finger. Place the yarn. Oh sorry, by mistake I forgot to mention you what am I using as starting material. Sorry, I always forget about that. So basically I am using these embroidery flosses, right? I bought this from India before traveling, so it costed me around 5 rupees per piece, right? So it is really cheap. I think I will look for these in USA too. These are easily available in US also, and that also in cheap prices. I will look for them. So let's start. So in today's class I am using embroidery flosses with 1.75 millimeter crochet hook. So guys, my marking has disappeared, but I am using 1.75 millimeter for this particular thread, please trust me. And I have got many other hook options too, but I always prefer using this particular hook 1.75 millimeter with this particular thread or embroidery flosses, because I believe the size of the hook at this portion matches with that of the yarn, and I feel that this gives the best result with my thread that I am going to use. So let's start. For making the flower, guys, at first we will start with the magic ring. Do let me know if I am audible and visible, because that is most important. So we are going to make a bookmark. I prefer using threads for making bookmarks rather than yarns, the thicker ones, because we need some flat thing to insert into our book, right? If we insert something thicker in the book, then the binding may get affected. So always I personally prefer thin threads or embroidery flosses like this for making the bookmark, because they flatten eventually and they are also quite thin. So this is one tip that I will give you if you are interested in making bookmarks. So at first I will start with magic ring. I will attach the free written pattern soon by tomorrow, and yesterday's pattern I will upload today. I have already uploaded that in my website, so I'll share the link soon. So 2 fingers, index finger and middle finger. Place the yarn on top of both the fingers and hold it with your thumb. Wrap the yarn around the fingers forming an X and turn, and hold the larger end of the yarn with your ring finger. So this is how you hold your yarn. You will secure the shorter end and larger end of the yarn with thumb and ring finger, and it should be like this. Practice this if you are a complete beginner. Now point your hook downwards and place it below the first loop and on top of the second loop, so that you can easily pull the second loop in this way below the first loop. Right, you have pulled it. Now twist the yarn in this way to form a loop around the hook. Okay, now guys, you can see 2 yarns, the top one and the below one. Place the hook below the top yarn. Just practice the magic ring if you don't know anything about your crochet. So we are about to make the magic ring. Now slowly pull the yarn through the loop in this way and take out your fingers. And your magic ring is ready. Pull the larger end of the yarn to tighten it, and your magic ring is ready. So this is also known as adjustable ring, because if we pull the tail or shorter end of the yarn, the ring will become shorter in size, and if we pull this ring from this side, it will increase in size. So the size of the ring can be adjustable, so it is known as adjustable ring. It is also known as magic ring, because if we pull the tail and the larger end of the yarn apart, it will open up. So this is known as a magic ring. I will repeat it for one more time, and then I'll immediately start with the flower pattern. So place 2 fingers in this way, place the yarn on top of both the fingers and hold the tail of the yarn with your thumb. Wrap the yarn around the fingers forming an X and turn and hold the larger end of the yarn with your ring finger as well as with your thumb. This is a practice thing to do. Practice this before you are comfortable holding the yarn in this way. Now take your hook in the other hand and point it downwards. Right? This is the upward direction, this is the downward direction. Now insert your hook below the first loop and on top of the second loop, and slowly pull the second loop below the first one and twist your hook. Why are we twisting the hook? In order to form a loop around the hook. Now place the hook below the top yarn and pull the yarn through that loop using your hook. Now this is the practicing thing to do. Take out your fingers, tighten the knot by pulling the larger end of the yarn, and you are good to go. So your magic ring is ready. Now let's begin with the first round. I have already shared the crochet beginners playlist in my channel's community post. So you can check out a series of beginner stitches there and practice them. Simply subscribe to my channel and visit the community post section. You will get the link to the playlist. Okay, everything is free in my channel. Simply subscribe to help me a little bit. So now we will start. We are going to begin the bud of the flower. So we already have a loop in the hook. Insert the hook in the magic ring. So it is outside. Now we will insert the hook inside the ring. Place the yarn on top of the hook and pull the yarn outside the ring. Right? You will have two loops. Yarn over means place the yarn on top of the hook. So we yarned over and pull the yarn through both the loops. So your first single crochet is done. So our pattern is, if you want, you can take a screenshot of the pattern. This will not make sense to you if you are a beginner. Don't worry, I will provide a better written pattern by tomorrow in my website. That will also be free. So we already did the magic ring. In the magic ring, we are about to do 12 single crochet stitches. I already did one single crochet. Right? Let's do the second one. So this is the first single crochet. You already have one loop in the hook. Insert the hook in the magic ring and pull the yarn outside. Practice these basic things. It will take some time if you are a beginner. Some time means 2 days time, 2 to 3 days to get your hands comfortable with the hook. Not entirely 2 days, 30 minutes a day. Right? Just concentrate little bit. You have two loops, yarn over and pull the yarn through both the loops. So your second single crochet is done. Let's do the third one. Insert. Now how are we holding the yarn? I forgot to mention that. This is the larger end of the yarn. Wrap it around your index finger and secure it with your little and ring finger and hold the magic ring with your thumb and middle finger. So this is how we are going to hold our yarn and hook. You should easily pull the loop and from both the direction in this way. So practice holding the yarn. It should be tightly. You should hold it tightly. Let's do the third single crochet. Insert the hook in the ring. Pull the yarn outside the ring. Yarn over and pull the yarn through both the loops. Third single crochet done. Let's do the fourth one. Let's do the fifth one. Sixth. I'll do the seventh one slowly. I have one loop in the hook. Insert the hook in the ring. Pull the yarn outside the ring. You have two loops, 1 and 2. Yarn over and pull it through both the loops. In this way, we did 7 single crochet. So let's count it for once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to make the ring slightly shorter, smaller to get a better grip with my work. So let's do it. But we will make it shorter by pulling the tail of the ring, right? Insert the hook in the ring, pull the yarn outside and do your single crochet. Okay, so I'll just count it for one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more single crochets are left. So insert the hook in the ring, pull the yarn outside the ring, yarn over and pull it through both the loops, 11th and 12th. Done. So practice your single crochet stitches in the ring. Now guys, I want to close this particular opening. Simply get hold of the tail and pull it tightly. so that the opening gets closed completely, right? Now we will complete this round with a slip stitch in the first single crochet stitch. So how will you do that? So this is the first single crochet stitch of the round. Insert your hook in that particular stitch like this. First stitches are always little bit tight. So insert the hook in the stitch. You can see two loops are there, 1 and 2, right? Pull the yarn outside that particular stitch. You pulled that yarn, right? So after pulling that yarn, you will have two loops in the hook, 1 and 2. Pull the first loop through the second one and your slip stitch is completed. Do a chain 1. Let me repeat it. After the slip stitch, yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop that is already present in the hook. This is known as a chain 1, right? Cut the yarn. I will teach you how to do the chains soon, so don't worry. After cutting the yarn, simply pull that loop in this way and pull the yarn now little bit tightly to secure it. So the bud is ready. This live video is going to remain as a recorded video forever, so don't worry. You can access my live videos always. Simply subscribe to my channel because that is really going to help me out. And then you can visit the live section and visit my videos. So guys, I want to hide this particular yarn at the back side. So insert your hook in the same stitch where you did your slip stitch and pull this yarn backwards. As a beginner, it is not necessary for you. If you are a beginner, simply practice the stitches. Every other thing, that is neatening up, cleaning up, will wait. I'll cut out the extra yarns because those are not necessary. So this is the central portion which is now ready. Let's make the flower petals. For that, I will be using pink color. So I will take my yarn or thread and at first I'll make a slip knot. So you need to view this video over and over and get hold of these things, terms like slip knot, slip stitch, etc. These are all different things. So just you need to practice. Give yourself 2 days to understand the basics and you are good to go. Take your finger, place the yarn on top of the finger and hold it with your thumb. Make sure this portion is slightly long like this. Wrap the yarn around that finger. This method is exactly same as that of magic ring, only slight differences there. And turn and hold it. Right? Pull the first loop and insert your finger below that loop and pull the second loop in this way. Right? This is the second loop and this is the tail. Pull them apart and your slip knot is ready. Let's open it up. Wrap the yarn around your finger. Pull the first loop. From below that first loop, pull the second loop like this and pull the tail. Pull them apart and your slip knot is ready. Insert the hook in that knot and pull the larger end of the yarn to make it tight. So this is known as slip knot. Like magic ring, this will also open up. So it's known as slip knot. Every stitch in crochet can easily be opened up. So don't worry if you make any mistakes. You can easily redo your work. So we are making a slip knot, right? For color changing, I prefer using slip knot in many cases. In few cases, I do the color change by different methods. So different projects have different methods. Let's connect our new color to our work. Insert your hook in any stitch of the last round in this way. You should see that there are 2 loops, 1 and 2, right? After inserting, place the yarn on top of the stitch and hold it and pull the yarn outside that stitch. We will do a slip stitch. I already taught you how to do a slip stitch in the previous round, right? After that, I will do chain 3. As if you are a beginner, blindly follow whatever I am saying. No need of understanding, because you will start understanding by yourself while practicing, right? So after slip stitch, you will do chain 3. Yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop that is already present in your hook. So first chain, second chain and third chain. I am doing a basic flower. The flower is a basic flower pattern. I will simply attach a small string to it and make 2 leaves. So it will be a cute bookmark, right? Everything is easy. Only we are going to combine various easy things in one particular project, right? So we did slip stitch followed by chain 3. Then yarn over the hook, right? Insert your hook in the second stitch. Pull the yarn outside that stitch. You can see that 1, 2, 3. We are about to make a double crochet, right? Yarn over and pull it through the first 2 loops. And again yarn over and pull it through the next 2 loops. So your first double crochet is done. So in this particular craft, we learned how to do magic ring, how to do single crochets, how to do slip stitches, how to make slip knots, chains and double crochet, right? So let's continue. Yarn over in the same stitch. We will do another double crochet. Again yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch and pull the yarn outside. Yarn over and pull it through the first 2 loops. Yarn over and pull it through the last 2 loops. So guys, what we did? We did 3 double crochets in one particular stitch. Okay? After you completed your 3 double crochets, you will do chain 3. 1, 2 and 3. So we will complete this craft maybe in 40 minutes. Already 22 minutes are completed. In 20 minutes more we will complete this craft in this class. So after chain 3, insert your hook in the next stitch. Pull the yarn outside. Just practice. This is a complete practice craft for beginners. Insert your hook, pull the yarn outside. Pull the first loop through the second loop and your slip stitch is done. Simply hear whatever I am saying. I am going little bit slowly. Even if you cannot follow, rewind and observe and see. Understand first and then do it. Then chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. We are going to begin the next petal. First petal completed. Yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch. Pull the yarn outside and do your first double crochet. Yarn over, in the same stitch do your second double crochet. Yarn over and in your third stitch insert your hook with my stomach. Every time I breathe my stomach starts. Oh God. So sorry to hear, dear. So we did yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, pull the yarn outside. Yarn over and pull it through the first 2 loops and then yarn over and pull it through the last 2 loops. Then simply do a chain 3, 1, 2, 3 and slip stitch in the next stitch to complete the second petal. So remember one thing, in the first round I did 12 single crochets. In the second round we are going to have total 6 petals. So I hope you understand the calculation. In one stitch we are doing the chain 3 things and in the other stitch we are doing double crochets. So multiplied by 6. In that way you can maintain the calculation. So if you want 5 petals, then you can start with 10 single crochets in the first round. If you want 8 petals, then you can start with 16 single crochets in the first round, and so on. Start with chain 3 for the third petal, and in the next stitch insert your we did yarn over, insert your hook, pull the yarn outside and do your double crochets. Yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, pull the yarn outside, yarn over and pull it through the first 2 loops and then through the next 2 loops. Second double crochet done. Let's do the third double crochet in the same stitch. And we are about to complete our third petal. Simply do chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. And then insert your hook in the next stitch, pull the yarn outside, pull the first loop through the second loop. And our third petal is also complete. So our flower bookmark is really going to be a very tiny bookmark, but that is really going to be a pretty one and the easiest one, of course. Let's start with the next petal. 1, 2 and 3. Yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, pull the yarn outside and do your double crochet and do 2 more double crochets in the same stitch. So I am going little bit faster now, because now since I have taught already how to do double crochets and you know the pattern, so I think I can go faster and complete my fourth petal. Let's start the fifth petal with a chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3. Yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch. Pull the yarn outside, yarn over and pull it through the first 2 loops. Yarn over and pull it through the next 2 loops. So this is the first double crochet of the fifth petal. Let's do one more double crochet in the same stitch and one more double crochet in the same stitch. So 3 double crochets are done. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and insert your hook in the next stitch and pull the yarn and do your slip stitch. Next, last petal is remaining, so do your chain 3, yarn over, insert your hook in the last stitch, pull the yarn outside and do your double crochet and do 2 more double crochets in the same stitch, and you are good to go. Complete your last petal with a chain 3. Then finally insert your hook in the first stitch where you began, like this. Pull the yarn outside. You can see 2 loops in the hook, 1 and 2. Pull the first loop through the second one. And then guys, do a chain 1 and cut the yarn. Pull the loop in this way. Do not take out your hook, but pull the loop simply and make it tight. And your crochet flower is ready. Now beginners can avoid this, but I will hide this particular yarn at the back side. So I will pull the yarn in the same stitch but from below. So I have successfully hidden it. So the flower is ready. I will cut out the extra yarn because I don't need it. Later on, I will simply stick these yarns with fabric glue and we are good to go. So this is really going to be a very cute flower bookmark. So I'll just place it inside and now I'm going to attach a string to it. So let's see what's written in the pattern. So we will be doing chain 40. So before that, we will attach the color 3 or the green color to our work by doing a slip knot at first. So I taught you how to do a slip knot. Wrap the yarn around your finger forming an X. pull the first loop, and from below pull the second loop in this way and pull the tail of the yarn apart. Insert your hook in that loop and pull the larger end of the yarn to make it tight. So your slip knot is ready. Now guys, we are about to make a slip stitch to our work. So guys, choose the stitch where you want to do your slip stitch. I will be doing my slip stitch in the first round, that is a white round, in the same place where I did the last slip stitch of my petal. Insert your hook there and your yarn should be on top, and pull this yarn outside that stitch. Right, in this way. You can see that there are two loops. We are about to make a slip stitch. Pull the first loop through the second loop. Simply do a slip stitch. After you have done your slip stitch, you will have to make chain 40. So yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop that is already present in your hook. So first chain done, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I have been crocheting over 6 years, so I have a good speed. So if you're a beginner, you will be slow, so don't worry. Yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop that is already present in your hook. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now let me see whether I want a bigger tail or not. So if I place the flower on top of the book, so I am making the bookmark specifically for this book. So I think I made total 30 chains. I will make 5 more. I am not going with 40, but I will be making 35 chains. So it's your choice based on the length. You can choose the number of chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I am good to go with the length of the chain, right? I made total 35 chains. If you want, you can make 40 chains based on your choice. Now guys, if you want, you can simply do a chain 1 and cut the yarn and attach a tassel to it. Thank you so much. So if you want, you can add a tassel to it, but I will be attaching 2 small leaves to it, right? So I'm going to continue with my chains. So I did total 35 chains. Remember that. After your 35 chains are done, just do one thing guys. Take a safety pin and mark the last one with the safety pin, right? Insert your safety pin in that particular chain. After that, you will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. You will do total 6 chains. Okay. Now carefully observe. I am going to start my leaf pattern. So this is your hook. So guys, this is your hook, right? This is the this is the first chain and this is the second chain. So guys, we will insert our hook in the second chain from the hook. Pull the yarn outside that chain and do a slip stitch there, right? Remember the pattern. First we are doing a slip stitch. Then in the next stitch we are going to do a single crochet stitch. You guys already know how to do single crochet. Then yarn over, insert your hook in the following chain, pull the yarn outside. You have got 3 loops. Yarn over and pull it through all the 3 loops. This is a half double crochet. Okay? Yarn over, in the same chain insert your hook and do a double crochet. I'm going slowly. So I did a half double crochet and a double crochet in the same chain. Yarn over, move to the next chain and there do a double crochet and yarn over and again do a half double crochet in the same chain. So this particular chain contains double crochet at first and then a half double crochet. See, a leaf like pattern is already taking place. In the next chain, do a single crochet stitch. Now take out your stitch marker or safety pin. Insert your hook in the chain where you had marked and do a slip stitch. Right? And then again do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chains. The first leaf is already done. We are about to make the second leaf. So we did 6 chains. In the second chain from the hook, insert your hook there and pull the yarn outside and do your slip stitch, same pattern as the first leaf. Then in the next chain do a single crochet stitch. In the following chain, at first do a half double crochet and then a double crochet in the same chain, just same pattern. I will provide the written pattern by tomorrow, so please wait for the written pattern if you want it. I'll share the link in my community post, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel because that is really going to help me guys to grow my channel, to earn from YouTube, and I really want to earn from YouTube and teach you guys how to crochet. Yarn over, in the next chain do a double crochet at first and then in the same chain do a half double crochet, and then in the following chain you will do a single crochet and back to the chain where you had marked your stitch marker earlier, simply do a slip stitch there. So guys, 2 leaves are done. Now what we are going to do, in order to increase the sturdiness of the string, we are going to have slip stitches in each and every remaining chain. So slowly do it. Insert your hook in the next chain, pull the yarn outside and do a slip stitch. Again insert your hook in the following chain, pull the yarn outside, pull the first loop through the second loop and do your slip stitch. And in this way we are going to have slip stitches throughout till we reach the point where we began making the stem. I prefer a comparatively thicker stem for making bookmarks. If you want, you could have stayed there and completed it with a chain 1 and cut the yarn. Anyways, let's move on till the flower and make a thicker stem in this way. So what am I doing? Yes, now it's visible, right? Insert your hook in the next chain, pull the yarn outside and do your slip stitch. So we are having slip stitches in each and every chain. After making your bookmark, since these threads are cotton, so you can simply place iron it and make it a little bit flat. However, it looks pretty this way. See, I wanted to make a sunflower, but I did not have the yellow and brown color threads with me, so I chose the pink and white version. So doesn't matter. Okay, in this way we are having slip stitches in each and every chains. Insert your hook in the next chain, pull the yarn outside, pull the first loop through the second loop, and your slip stitches are done. We are doing the slip stitches in order to make the string little bit thicker. However, you could have skipped that, it's your choice. So I have nearly reached. As I mentioned, the class would take hardly 40 minutes, so it's 40 minutes, so it is going to take little bit 2-3 minutes more to complete this class. So guys, we nearly completed it. Insert your hook in the same stitch where you began and do a slip stitch again, followed by a chain 1, and simply cut the yarn. Guys, pull the loop without taking out your hook. Make it tight. While doing the thing by observing it, don't just observe, listen to whatever I'm saying. Insert your hook in the same stitch where you did your slip stitch and pull this yarn below your work. So guys, our flower bookmark is ready with 2 leaves. This was really an easy one. Just cut out the extra yarn and it's ready. So you can use this. I was in this chapter, so simply I'll place my bookmark here and close my book. See, it's looking really cute, isn't it? So make your cute bookmark with this pattern. This is only for beginners. The pattern will be increase the difficulty level once you complete your easier crafts, right? And it's done. So place either the flower on top and close it, so it will be like this, or simply place it inside, so it will give you a very nice happy feeling whenever you are reading your book. Like this, it might come at the bottom, so you can increase the length of the chain if you want both the leaves and the flower. So I wanted a shorter bookmark, so I kept the chain shorter. So it's your choice how long you want it to be. Okay, so that's it guys. I personally don't prefer the darker green color for the stem for making any crafts. I prefer the lighter version, so that goes well with this pink and white. But I did not have that, so I used this one because this was only available with me. So personally, I prefer the lighter version. So the class ends here guys. If you are a complete beginner, do read this book, okay? If you are a complete beginner in crochet, then I will suggest you guys to practice these, blindly follow the patterns, whatever I'm saying. There is no need to understand at first, because with time you will understand everything while practicing. So that's it guys. The class ends here. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because that is really going to help me. So please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye guys. Take care. So if it's India, good night. If not, then have a great day ahead. Bye.